Yeah, okay. First, first I was, because of the noise in the background, you can kind of hear it. But don't worry about it, guys. First, I was like, I'm maybe not gonna make a video tonight, but when you need to let go of a message, you need to make it now. I'm gonna make the video now. I'm not gonna like not make the video. Some of you are gonna come and be like, "Oh, we cannot hear you. We can't hear you because of the background noise." You guys hear what I'm saying, so I'm still gonna make the video. Fuck that. This video is gonna be titled a dream that came true, right? I don't know if that was like the exact title, but a dream that already came true. We're talking about the dream that already came true. All right. To know what the fuck I'm talking about, we gotta go deep. We gotta talk about a lot of different things. All right, yeah, we are to get what I'm talking about. Um, I'm talking as far as my dream. I feel like I already accomplished it. I already lived it, and this has a lot of ties with the past life. Having a past life, and the question is, what if you already fulfilled your dreams in your past life? It is possible. It would be rare. This would be if you one of those, if you one of these guys who did that, it would be rare, but it's possible that you actually already had a past life before, and you had a dream and you already accomplished it. And this video is for you guys, for guys who had a past life and you passed, but you already did everything. You did the most growing, the most evolving. That's where you hit the spiritual grounds you never done before, and now you're reincarnated back in this life, and you're like, I don't usually do like very spiritual videos, but this is like a rare one. So, and I don't think many of you are gonna like, gravitate towards this, you know but there are some, if there are some out there, but regardless, I'm still gonna make this video. All right. And yeah, what if you had a past life? Because that's what I've been going through. I remember my past life like on a daily basis, constant, and this has been going on. So yeah, I know, before we go a little deeper, I know there's some of you guys who are like, or you're just making it up, or like you can never know if this is like really your past life or your brain tricking you. Listen, yeah, you might right, but I'm gonna tell you another stuff. You don't need to believe me. You don't have to believe me. I'm not here to convince you. And this is what some of y'all think. Some of y'all think I'm sitting here talking to a cam, wanted to convince you to believe what I'm saying. Bro, if it doesn't resonate with you, it just doesn't resonate with you. Is it gonna kill me to sit here and talk about this specific experience? Come on, man. So you're just you. If I don't know if you do realize or not how stupid, how dumb you sound without even giving this a shot. All right, but just me throwing it out there. It's just me throwing it out there, guys. So yeah, let me talk. Let me start. My past life, I lived in the 80s, mostly in the 80s, but I was born, talking about my past life, I was born in the 50s, in 1950, guys. That's when I was born. A time, you see what I'm talking about, guys? A time where there were no internet like that. There were no internet, guys. Didn't have really phones like that. We had to actually, do stuff. We actually had to come together. The information was also not out there like that. Things were different, but that's the time where music was more needed. Now, guys, you all know we have a bunch of stuff. We have video games. We have movies. We also had movies back then. Scarface was great back then. But you know what I mean. Now we have more. We have more, and back then we have to rely on more stuff. All right, so I'm here to talk about this. I get visions, so I know it's true. But I'm just gonna like go, uh, how is this called? Cold turkey. Just talk about my past life, just for you guys to see where I'm coming from, what I'm actually talking about. I was born in the 1950s, and I lived in Los Angeles, California, for the most part. And my hobby was music. My hobby was making music. All right. All right, that's what I did. I had groups, crew, danced. You guys know. You know how LA does. You know how it is in Los Angeles, guys. And yeah, I've been there. I've been making my songs. I've been making great songs. I didn't have interest in being famous. I didn't want it to like get inside a record deal. I just wanted to be heard. I just wanted others to know about my message. That was my goal. All right, and yeah, that's what I did. I did a lot of music back then. That's why, guys. That's why now that I'm born in here, I never really took like no music classes. I never did that. I just came into this world and this life, and I already knew how to make music. So this is another proof that in my past life I did music, and I did all the growing there, and now I'm still growing, but I'm already like at a higher level. I don't like really do like a lot of shit. That's what we also here to talk about, like a lot of things going on, a lot of lost shit, guys. Obviously, like in Los Angeles, you meet a lot of guys, man. This is where I met everything. I still this is where I met Michael Jackson the first time. In the 80s. My idol was Prince. I never met Prince, but I knew already Prince and the Revolution. They are my idols. That's what I always like listened in my past life. This is what I loved. This is what I do. This is always what I wanted to be like, and this was my dream. This was my goal. I knew there was something about Prince. No, I'm not bashing Michael Jackson. I'm not bashing Tina Turner. I'm not bashing you guys. You guys were also great. But there was something about Prince where I already knew that he's doing something, and that's why. That's why, guys. That's why. That's why. I barely listen to Prince now, but that ain't the point. It's just that, I knew that they wanted to do revolution, and that's what I did, and that's, you can say a dream come true, because all my life I lived the way I wanted to. I was being authentic, all right, and not listening to whatever. And yeah, in this life I met Michael Jackson. Like I seen him, like in the 80s. I seen him like leave the studio. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? It was like leaving the studio. I could see the thunder in his eyes, and I knew something would be out of Michael Jackson. But what kept me worried? I was worried. I seen like a lot of stuff around him, like spirits, evil spirits, his family entourage. Something wasn't right, and I felt sad. I felt sad for Michael Jackson, for seeing such raw talent have to go through all of this, guys. And yeah, I don't want to be here and overhype Michael Jackson, but I just want to talk about you guys that his death, the way Michael Jackson died, was just all around weird, and how the media, how the news, like so clean to talk about it, so clean, as if nothing, as if it was like, I don't believe the narrative. I don't think this is what happened. This is how it happened. Something happened, guys, but it's not what they want to tell you. And I know it when I saw him. I seen him, and we didn't talk. We just acknowledged each other. We nodded, And I was happy that my Michael Jackson, he at least listened to me, So for some portion, he did talk about the message, that it did say the things that need to be said, but it was so much wickedness was around him, guys. You know, that's what I want to talk about. Sorry about that noise, guys. I know it wasn't me. It wasn't me, guys. You know, it was just very loud. But I had to start. You know, we're starting. We had a good starter. This was my meeting with MJ back in the 80s. That was like maybe before he was recording his Trill album or after. I don't know, guys. But that was my meeting, and I always met these guys. I knew something was wrong about MJ. You know, and yeah, that was pretty much all my career. I did in my past life. I met a lot of great, amazing dancers. I met a dancer once. She was dancing for 3 hours without a beat, with no beat. It was just her freestyling. And then I just went to her and I was like, yo, thank you for this. Like, she reminded me like how simple an idea can just be, and she just let it flow out. You know. So I was doing mini concert. I always knew about Bob Marley. I always knew about Bob Marley and the Wailers. I was always following them. I was always like, they're doing great music. They're doing the message. Like I said, Tina Turner. I'm not gonna mention all those names, you know. But I always knew Prince. Prince went like very far, very far, you know. So to get to this point where we are, you know, it's something about my past life, you know, that happened in 1979. You know, I was just doing music, connecting with others, you know, making a local name, not famous, but local name. And in 1979, that's where it happened first. I was making a concert, as always, in one of these cafes. I forgot the cafe name now, but you guys know these cafes. And somebody, I think it was somebody I knew back then, but with others. Actually, hold on a second. I'm sorry, but should I go on? Yeah, just to take, you know, I don't want to make it too dramatic. To make it brief and short, I got, you know, in 1979. Okay, in Los Angeles, California, after me performing, making one of my concerts back then, I just fucking got stabbed. Not like metaphoric, like being bad backstab. I got fucking stabbed. Alright? Under my rib. Somebody just stabbed me. You know, but it would like cowards and stuff like that. And yeah, this is like some trauma. You know, this is some trauma. It's unhealed. And I know you guys like to make jokes about others, like with unhealed trauma. But there's some trauma is never gonna heal, bro. This is not gonna heal. Yeah, yeah, you're gonna do shadow work and you're gonna do grounding and stuff. You think this is gonna heal? It's gonna heal, but not fully. You're still gonna have some cracks. You know, guys, it's just the way it is. So I got stabbed, and this is what changed me. I was maybe 90. I was 19 years old. 19, guys. Stabbed. Imagine that. You're 19 years old. You just get stabbed, bro. Stabbed in my rib. If you don't believe me, I have a scar. I have the scar. I still have the scar. I don't know if you guys can see the scar, but it's actually right here. I have a scar right here. We can zoom in, but it's like where they stabbed me. Ah, with the knife, like this. Ah, still have trauma. Let's see if you can see it. Close here, right here. You see that? This is where I got stabbed, guys. I got stabbed, but I survived. I got stabbed in the 1979, but I survived. You know, and it was not the wound, it was not the hurt. It was like where were my band members? Where my group? Where were they? Why didn't they like help me? You know, before it happened, why did they even let this happen? And after I got stabbed, nobody were there to help me. Like some random guy had to call the ambulance and stuff for hearing me screaming, obviously. And I think this broke me. It broke me to see Michael Jackson leaving the studio in 1980 with all these guys and seen that some were not good for him. Then some guys who, some of them knew me and just don't like, they just didn't like me. They just don't like me. The message for them in the 80s was too complicated. Guys, it's not like now. Now you can even like read somebody with, you know, if you have a message. But back then in the 80s, it was almost impossible. So this broke me. It broke me that everybody loved me. Everybody, believe me or not, like in the in the 80s, everyone fucked with me. Everyone fucked with me. You didn't have nobody who was like, you know, if I were like dabbing someone, everyone gave me a dab. You didn't have no one like refusing. You know, everyone fucked with me. Everyone fucked with me in the 80s. But they only fuck with me until like they start like to be scared. Until fear was pumped in them. That's where the love stopped. Then there were no love, guys. And this broke me. This broke me. I survived this, but I was broken after this. And guess what, guys? 1 year later, I died. In my past life, of course. I died in my past life in the 80s. Alright, 1 year after I got stabbed. I recovered, but I wasn't the same anymore. And I was also broken, heartbroken. All of that. And then, one day in the 80s, I was just performing in a cafe. And there was somebody of the cartel, you know. From once Pablo Escobar, you know, when they went to California, that was around that time. And it was one of his compadres, right, one of his homies, talking to me after the concert. He was like, yeah, we have potential, kid, you know, we want you to sing for us and stuff. Basically, buy me. And they offered me like a big stash of money. And I was playing to this guy, you know. Those who knew me, they know. I told him, listen, I already make music for somebody else, you know. You know, there's no way, there's no money, you can use my voice, you know. Because I already made my spiritual transition as a musician very early, you know. And yeah, these guys didn't like it, you know. Next thing you know, man, they killed me, you know. And all you guys, you say stuff like, yeah, you could have done something about it. But guys, I was tired. It was in the 80s. I was tired. Nobody cared. They already went to the studio and they destroyed my studio. They beat up my homie and stuff, man. I was like, yeah, guys, they're gonna go even further. If I would hide, they would destroy even more shit. So yeah, one night, and I still get visions. One night, I just, after performance or after a party, I don't even know, I just went outside, you know, just running, and there was these cartel guys, and they fucking killed me. They killed me. I was 20 years old, guys. 20 years old. And that's all I know. That's all I know so far. You know, this is how I died. Okay. Just played somebody. Just got murdered. And that's also a message. Like, the others just miss you when you're gone. Because when you were there, they pretended they were listening, but they were not. Alright. You know, all I can say that after I died, you know, there was a lady, I don't know where is it maybe in still in Los Angeles, I don't know, but there was some lady remembering her dreaming of a boy wearing yellow, because that's, I loved yellow. I was wearing yellow. That's probably how I died, dressed in yellow. Still having visions of me. And yeah, I'm back here. But before that, guys, I also went to the spiritual realm before I came back incarnate in this life. I also went into the spirit realm and I connected with Pac, you know. But that was in 91, you know, that was before my time. After my time. And I linked with him because I felt the same when I like saw my MJ first time, Michael Jackson first time. I see the same with Tupac. And Tupac is his size. He was just like in a parking lot. That was before he was on the way recording his first studio album. We don't even know like that, but Also, that's where I seen Pac. I seen it was gonna be something. I see that he also see me and recognized me, and also spoke through us. But again, it was the same stuff. Tupac was surrounded by like a lot of vultures. It's just not good. It's just not good how clean they erased him everywhere. And they don't never really want to talk about what's really going on. You really have to know and to really know. And it's not really about life and death. It's just about how they try to like ditch them. You can't do that, you know. And yeah, guys, a lot going on. I know I heard about other deaths happening, you know, related to Tupac and stuff. A lot of stuff could be related to stuff, and also the music. A lot of music is just not good. If you guys see, like when you go to a club, they want to show you music, but they kind of want to hide. They don't really want to tell you what's really hot, what's really good, and I don't like it. That's not what I died for, guys. I died for actually being here and changing up this shit. And whether you guys see it or not, and that's why this video is called Dream Already Came True. And yeah, I'm gonna keep it short. It's more to just like let it go. Like, of course we can talk more about it, but I kind of said a lot and explained a lot, and it resonates with me and sounds like me, and I act this way. I don't act. I don't act like, oh yeah, I'm just here, new seat. No, I act like somebody who already like finished something. All right. And that's why I got murdered, and that's why I died young. The good die young, right? And yeah, listen, I just want to tell you guys the stuff that's happening, the deaths, that's not good. It's sad. A lot of fucking sad. A lot of you guys are sad. A lot of you guys are depressed. I know you guys don't like to hear this, but I want to tell you guys that you hold on. And I know many of y'all don't like that, but things might be better. Things might be. I know some of y'all don't want to believe it, don't say it. No, it ain't gonna be better. But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying there's still a possibility for things to be better. All right. So I'm saying is while we go through this world, why music right now is being poisoned. You have to like really dig around to find good stuff. At this point, why not like underground artists getting recognition? But I'm talking about the good ones. Not the ones that are only there for the fame, but that's what I'm saying, guys. And everything else, and all these distractions. And these were not the last things that are happening, but all of this. That's why, and that's why they don't want you guys. They don't want you guys to know about the dark side. They don't want you guys to know about the truth, about music. Now, if you believe my past life or not, but that's my past life. All right, I still have the trauma when I got stabbed in the 80s. I can just feel it, and sometimes I just get angry. Can you explain me? Can you explain somebody just getting angry out of nowhere for no reason? No reason at all. You could have like just a good day. Did your stuff. You listen to maybe great music or whatever you do in your day, right? You just enjoyed it, and all of a sudden you just get angry, bro. This is some past life trauma that is healing. I'm healing every day by day. I'm healing my past life trauma, but it's never gonna be full. It's always gonna be some cracks open. That's what I'm saying. All right. And yeah, if you guys like, I can come with more past life stuff. Who knows? And maybe we can do some more past life channeling, also with like some other artists. But these are the artists we're really gonna use. We're not gonna use other artists like that. And my past life, and you can also talk about your past life because I guess it resonates with you. But that's also it for me. So I'm gonna go. All right, we may be back for another video for another topic, but that's it, guys. So yeah, if you watch all the way, guys, awesome. I'll catch you guys later, and later then.